I like that in Murtz reality, I'm accepting multiple Oscars.
Yes.
I'm going to continue to live in Murtz reality then.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Murtz.
Okay. So I just watched every episode in a row over the last 3 days.
Good.
And I feel like the prevailing question that I'm stuck with is, what happened to Jeff and Britta? I thought this was all leading up to like this romance.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped. So
I know.
Was that a conscious decision?
I think that, yes, I think that Dan Harmon wanted to subvert the sitcom trope of leading up a lot of sexual tension, will they, won't they relationship. He wanted to cut it off at the pass. We kiss in like episode 2 or 3, I think. And I think he really enjoyed subverting people's expectations and sort of turning romance in sitcoms on its head.
And do you feel like that's basically the beauty of the show? The fact that like it's not following this traditional like leading girl, leading guy, meet up, comedy ensues.
Yeah.
Like I think that moment basically is the definition of what Community is, that it's turning shows on its head.
That, yes, it's like almost a wink to the audience of, we're aware of what your expectations are and we're not going to give them to you, but you're going to love us even more for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like, when it's an ensemble cast, there's always like, there's all these stereotypes. There's like the older guy, and then there's like the nerdy guy like Abed, and then there's like the minority and stuff. My question is, who's the hot girl? Is it you or Alison?
Hey, I don't like this. I don't like this, Annie versus Britta having to pick. I think there could be a plurality of hot women, including the very beautiful Yvette Nicole Brown as Shirley. So I think that we just have a really deep bench of hot women on the show.
It's true. It's true. Did you see Alison's tweet to you today?
Oh, about the... Yes.
I was like,
yes.
Wow. I'm like, she's just like setting up every interview for you from now until forever.
No, yes. Alison and I are up for fake lesbian couple in some poll on AfterEllen.
Yeah.
I know. We're fans of AfterEllen. AfterEllen are fans of us. Alison and I have been interviewed by AfterEllen in the past, and we're honored to be a part of their poll.
Right now, am I getting Britta unfiltered?
No, because I'm Gillian.
Am I talking about Commercity?
Commercity?
Yeah. Everybody said I did not have the guts to ask that question, and I totally did. I wanted to know what your favorite moment on the show was, because I feel like you've played so many different roles. You were a video game character.
Yes.
There was the whole paintball thing. Was there one particular Britta moment that stands out for you?
Maybe either the pizza miso hungy in the Timelines episode, or then its sequel, the miso Christmas miso Mary, when I was in a brown unitard.
Why does she talk like a giant in a fable?
Weed. I think marijuana is why she talks like that.
That is fantastic, because I remember that so well. You said it 6 different times in that episode.
Yeah. Timelines. I said it a bunch.
Where would you like to see Britta's character go? I know that they were teasing last season about Troy and Britta, which I'm very anti. So yes.
What are you pro?
Because I like that. I know I'm mocking it, but I'm very big on the leading. I'm like a typical viewer. I want Jeff and Britta together again.
Get out of my Commercity.
That was the whole thing, though. I was
then you need to go write Commercity, because on Community we don't follow the Murtz.
I feel
rules.
like people want to see Jeff and Britta, though. You don't.
I don't think it's a show about relationships at the end of the day. I think it would be kind of fun to actually see a couple on the show, because we've never had a couple. But I also feel like it's a show about a family, and that at the end of the day is what it is about. Us as a group, loving each other as a group, in all the strange, weird incarnations, and maybe some people are having sex.
I feel like Abed and Troy is the show's perennial romance.
But then why are you pushing for Jeff and Britta if you're really just a Troy and Abed shipper? I
like to see good-looking people get together on television. That's why
that's called porn.
Oh my goodness, no! But that's what I'm waiting for. And the whole, when I was watching I don't know if they told you, but I watched every episode.
You told me.
Okay, well, I really want to make that point clear. But the thing is, after watching every episode over and over again, I got a little tired in the middle of season 3, and I was like, no, but I gotta watch it, because I guarantee you Jeff and Britta are going to... And then they didn't, and I was like, what? Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I totally did, but I did I thought that the Curve ending was good, too. And can you explain a little bit more about that, the 6 seasons and a movie, the hashtag?
Oh, yeah, well, that was something... You'll, of course, remember this, having seen every episode.
In 3 days.
Yeah. That, in our fake clip show episode where Abed is obsessed with the show The Cape, which was quickly canceled on NBC, Jeff Winger is taunting him by saying it's going to get canceled after 3 weeks, and Abed shouts, 6 seasons in a movie! And so then our fans online really picked up on that as a rallying cry of our show, especially when we got benched last season. So they started tweeting that, and that was a hashtag that they used a lot and that we referred to. And so I think that was sort of a kiss back to the fans by putting it at the very end of season 3.
What was that like, getting benched? You know, because I'm just trying to think of, like, if somebody benched me, I'd want to come back.
You're
and
unbenchable,
like,
my friend.
I wanted to come back as, like, if the baseball coach benches me,
yeah,
I'd want to come back in the next game and, like, hit a homer in every
Super
single
Murtz.
game. Yes, exactly. So, is that what the thing was? Like, were you always confident it was going to come back? It was just a question of when?
Well, I always did believe that it would come back. I felt like the show was too good and the fans were too rabid, but then again, anything can happen.
Now, Dan Harmon is gone.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the post-Dan Harmon era and what we can expect, and will that change the plan? Like, are we still going to see Jeff's dad? Are we still, hopefully not, going to see Troy and Britta?
This is Murtz. Stop injecting yourself as
Well, people want my opinion too, you know, and that's what I just don't like Troy and Britta. I don't. I want Abed and Britta. Okay, let's just call it. That's what I want. That's
you know what?
Really
there are Abed and Britta shippers out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, yes, I believe that some of the things that Dan set into motion in season 3 are going to play out in season 4. I believe that we will meet Jeff's father, and I think that, you know, there are things that they had talked about in previous seasons that we're going to do now in season 4. So I believe that this season is being done with the utmost respect and love for Dan, the show he created, the characters he created, and none of us are trying to subvert, you know, what he would have wanted.
Can you give me one tease about what we can expect from Britta in the upcoming season?
Just like making love to Troy. Just kidding. I was just trying to make you cry.
I wouldn't cry. I would just, you know...
Scream.
Yeah. It would definitely be a scream. We're here for Netflix.
Canada!
Yes, Netflix Canada. I can personally attest to how great it is to be able to, like, catch up in 3 days.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about that? And, like, I feel like that really appeals to community fans. You know, they're not the type of people that, like, you know, are, like, weekly kind of like, oh, when's it on? They like watching it in a row.
I agree with you. I think that a lot of our fans who are diehard fans of the show don't even know what night it's on. So something like this will really appeal to them because they can watch it in chunks. You can introduce your friends to it really easily, which is, I think, that fans that are super fans of Community, they want other people to watch Community. So this gives them actually a really great way to say, here, you can watch all 3 seasons on Netflix Canada and catch up for the show. Be ready for October 19th when season 4 premieres on Citytv at 8:30. So I agree with you. I think it's actually a perfect thing for our fans and the type of fans that we have.
Is the only reason you pronounce your name Gillian instead of Jillian because you don't want to be confused with the X-Files girl?
That's what my mother thought when I was in her womb. She's like, there will be an actress named Gillian Anderson who's going to be on a very popular program called The X-Files. I should name her Gillian.
Gillian.
My mom didn't know that most people pronounced it Jillian. So she saw it in a name book and she assumed it was Gillian. Because my mom is the original Britta, I guess.
I got it.
She Britted my name. And so she saddled me with this name that no one can pronounce. That's very perplexing to people.
I will now, yeah, but it's unforgettable. It's like Murtz and Gillian. Like
I know.
That sounds
that
like a billboard.
On Community.
Yeah, like forget about Troy and Abed. Troy and, you know.
Yeah, Gillian and Murtz.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Murtz and Gillian
Perfect.
and Knights.
Perfect. Oh, wow. You'd think I'm Troy or something.
Yeah.
We're good.
When did this become your gesture?
When I was 12.
Really?
I'm very big on marketing. That's why whenever I do interviews, I always wear purple.
Okay.
Everything's purple. I do the Murtz sign.
Okay. All right. How many purple shirts do you own?
A lot. A lot. It's like a closet. It's like my dad's worst nightmare.
Really? He hates the color purple?
Yeah, like it's a girly.
No, it's a color of
No,
royalty.
he's like, why don't you pick like black?
My friend Richard would say it's like a very spiritually evolved color. That's what
It's
he always
royalty. That's what I always tell
Yeah,
him.
royalty.
Yeah.